Hey out there on YouTube, well, it's about time. I haven't brought a new book to the channel in a while, so it's about time. Man, do we have an incredible one for you today. So stay tuned after we roll the intro, because I'm sure most of you already know who this man is. Alrighty, YouTube, thank you so much for staying past that intro. So, here's the fun part where I'm going to tell you, look down below in the corners. You're going to see the little channel watermark popping up. Hover over that thing, man, it's going to bring you right to subscribe. Knock it out the way early. That way you don't have to later on. You're going to feel better about yourself. I can almost guarantee that. Now, as we said in that opening, we're going to take a look at Excommunicated Warrior by Koumalatsos. I'm sure I butchered his name. Don't throw the pitchforks at me. You know, the Excommunicated Warrior, the 7 stages of transition. All right. Now, I brought a book to the channel a little bit ago by Jenkins. Look up top. I'm going to leave a link to every single book review I've done. I believe it was called On Assimilation, A Ranger's Return from War. He took a very good look at some of the things service members go through when they return. Nick takes this further, and man, it's a big, huge kick in the balls reality check. Nick transitioned out of the Marine Corps after being 12 years. He was, high speed, kick him in the nuts. He was Marine Special Ops, Marine Raider. He was, best of the best, deploying all the time, doing everything he had to do. And it got to a point where he wanted something different, so he transitioned out. One thing I didn't know about him, because honestly, I've seen his YouTube videos about him going around the world and doing stuff. I didn't know he contemplated suicide, and he almost pulled the trigger. Literally, he took 38, went out, I believe he said, to a lake, and he just closed his eyes to listen, and the sound of the waves lapping onto the shore basically helped snap him back to reality. He's very honest in this aspect. Once you transition out, a lot of people become lost because you're very, very used to, I don't want to say the military way of life, but the structured lifestyle. You know how you can cut your hair. You cannot grow facial hair. Well, you can't grow a beard. Your mustache has to be to a certain point. You're working out all the time. You have a purpose every single day. You have goals that are set every single day. You know exactly what you're going to wear. You know exactly where you got to be. You know exactly when you're going to eat. Everything is pretty much structured, and it's in your head. And once you're in the service, that's wonderful. Okay, because in essence, the civilian you is dead. You are now part of something greater than you've ever been in your life. You are part of, in my opinion, the best tribe on the planet, the ones that defend this planet, defend this country. But when you get out, and all that's gone, what do you do? A lot of that sit around and poor pitiful me. I was the guy, went out, shot Bin Laden. I was the guy who did this. I was the guy who took down this town single-handedly. And, oh, God, I revolutionized. You turn into that guy at the bar telling all these stories that everyone sits and looks and goes, dude, really shut up. We've heard it 1,000 times. He takes a lot of lessons from his life, and he created something amazing. He is the boss of the Raider Project, and yeah, in a lot of my videos, you've seen me wearing the watch. And speaking of this watch, look up top. I'm going to leave a link to the review I did on this, because there's some pretty cool info in there about the Raider Project. So make sure you check that out. He was able to find his purpose, and he's made it his life mission to help vets. And I like that. But he's very honest about a whole bunch of stuff, especially when he says in here, his story basically applies to every single vet, except maybe the suicide part, because, I don't know who else out there has contemplated whatever. I'll tell you honestly, at one point I did. I had a really bad breakup. I had nowhere to go. I had no money. I had nothing. So I thought to myself, let's put a K-bar on a train and smack my head into the side of it and see what happens. Obviously, I didn't do it. But, you know, and the way he puts it is every vet story is basically interchangeable with the name. So what are you going to do to fix the problem you're having? And I love how he put it when he was talking to one guy. Well, if you have a flat tire alongside of the road, are you going to sit there and cry about it? And the guy's like, fuck no, I'm going to get out and fix the tire. And he's like, well, then go fix your life. You know, he's broken it down to about 7 different stages. And here it is. It's apprehension, excitement, what he calls the bowl of bad emotions, circling the drain, sink or swim, putting in the work, and making it to the top. And he even has his 3 little, you know, recipes for success, which, you know, is just working out, eating right, and basically, if I remember correctly, having a goal. Now, every vet can almost basically agree with everything right there. All right? Even if you're not a vet, I think you should read this book because it's a good, hard kick in the nuts reality check about go fix your life. It's not everybody else's job to go fix your life. He integrates his own humor into here, and, you know, with being a vet, I get it. You know, I got this on Amazon for like $16, I think. It's only maybe, 191 pages. I know, yeah, in case you're curious, there's how to find him on social media. He does have like his own photos, you know, throughout here. But he talks about so much stuff in here, and you know, even one point where he was comparing himself with Russell Crowe in Gladiator, how he was so pissed off at his buddies in the Marine Corps for not being in touch with him that he literally was cutting off the tattoos. You know, kind of like Maximus did when he became, you know, a gladiator and he was cutting off the spore. Yeah, I got done reading it the other day and it's still sitting kind of huge with me, you know? He's honest about his time when he went to the VA for help, and as he puts it, you know, the VA gave him the Global War on Terror starter kit. Whole bag of drugs, they said go. And they didn't really realize that with him and his medical history, 2 that they gave him were basically killing him. You know, how he had to change his whole mindset, change his approach, and find his purpose. When he went from being, you know, I'm this badass Marine Raider to now running a film studio. You know, that's a huge switch. You know, you're knocking down doors and doing things to making YouTube videos and making other stuff. I could go on and on and on about this, but I got to tell you, buy it. Because there's a lot of incredible information sitting in this book. It's very heartfelt, very straightforward approach. I can't say that enough. I wouldn't expect anything less from somebody who's in the service. I think that's one of the reasons why, like I mentioned before with Leo's books, I love him. He's my favorite vet author because he takes a no bullshit approach and he's very honest and very straightforward. Same thing with Nick. All right. So now we're at that part in the video where I want to know what you think. All right. I know it's a weird book review to take a look at because I'm not really going too much in there because I don't want to give everything away. I want you to go buy it. I want you to experience it and let me know what you think. You know, I want to know your questions, comments, love, hatred, all that great stuff down below in the comment section. All right. Especially if you've met Nick. I'd love to know what you think about him personally because everything I've seen from his YouTube account and even interacting with him on Facebook, I think he's a stand-up guy. He's straightforward, and I think he is what he seems to be. He's not one of those vets out there who want to puff themselves up, and then you see their DD-214 and you go, dude, you're a freaking cook. Stop telling me about your great battles in Fallujah. You know, we all know exactly who I'm talking about out there, and we all know vets exactly like that. Now, with all that wonderful stuff being said, for you first-time viewers of the channel, I want to thank you so much from the bottom of my heart for watching this video. I know it's a strange one. Book reviews always are. All right, let's get honest. They always are. But I'm very flattered that you chose one of mine and, you know, with all the millions that are out there. Now, for you longtime viewers of the channel, and for you first-time guys who didn't do it at the beginning of this video, look down below. It's going to be in one of those two corners, okay? Going to be a little channel watermark sitting right there. Please hover over that, not channel watermark. God, I'm an idiot. Oh, I need more sleep. Going to be a bigger channel logo, not a watermark. Click on that. It's going to bring you right to subscribe. After you've beat up that subscribe button, go ahead and destroy the bell icon that's right next to it. All right? Why? It's going to notify you, my amazing viewer, every time that I upload a video, to YouTube. I almost said like this, but no. Not just book reviews, but everything I upload. Can you tell I need sleep? It's been a long night. A very long night. Man. Now, speaking of videos, two are going to be popping up either on that side of the screen or that side of the screen. Those are going to be videos that YouTube is going to select from my catalog that they think are going to be a great viewing experience for you. But there we go, guys. My look at Nick's, I'm not even going to try to say his last name, book, Excommunicated Warrior. Thanks so much for watching, and I hope you guys have an incredible day today.